So what we're looking at here is the 100-year and 500-year flood inundation. What we've been doing is a statewide floodplain mapping project.
So our hope for individual Iowans is that this information is going to be available to them to better understand their flood risk so they can make informed decisions about how to manage their own properties.
Before this project started, communities had very outdated data.
We wanted to provide firms or flood insurance rate maps for parts of the state that had never had flood insurance rate maps.
The updated floodplain mapping is based on LiDAR data. It's very high resolution information that's collected using airplane flyovers of the state.
We have topography for the entire state with the resolution of 3 feet. So every 3 feet we know what the elevation is. So that's just amazing.
There's only a handful of other states that have complete LiDAR coverage. So being able to incorporate that into the floodplain mapping was huge.
Having this information allows us to create better computer models to represent how water flows through the rivers and floodplains, and then also refine the boundary of the floodplain more accurately.
So we're in collaboration with the DNR, the Iowa Flood Center, with the university, and then various communities. And so that's where the communities come in. After we have the inundation that we created, we take it to the communities so that they can review it and give us their feedback.
It started in 2009, late 2009, with mapping from FEMA. That came via FedEx, and we opened it up, and we realized that at that point they had inundated about 60% of our community with Zone A mandatory coverage. That obviously was not, in our opinion, the best depiction of what our flood risk was. So we reached out to the Flood Center at that time, and through the course of about 2 years worth of study, we were able to present to FEMA a more detailed picture of what our flood risk would be. Those maps were since changed, and it was able to allow us to negate about $1 million in mandatory coverage per year from homeowners within the city of Kelowna. So it had a huge financial impact to the betterment of Kelowna.
We believe there's a whole lot of very usable information for targeting conservation practices, for getting conservation buffers located in the right place and at the right size, for targeting treatment wetlands for high nitrate. It's very usable tools for a whole range of water protection needs.
We are making the data that we produce available online for people to take a look at. So if you live in a community, you can go on to iowafloodmaps.org and take a look at the maps that we've created to see how you might be affected by a flood.
While we cannot stop the floods, we are working on it, but for now we think that when people have the information available, then they can make the best decisions how to protect themselves.